Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode I'll be chatting with you guys about a project by Francis Girola. This is something that he calls ATON. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for spending some time with me today. So on today's episode, I'll be doing a book review. This is a book that is put out by Francis Girola, a French mentalist, and this is a book, well, it's called Chasing Meteors, okay, but the project itself is called ATON. Alright, so what is this project about? Well, it's a book, okay, so you get a book, this is called Chasing Meteors, and it is kind of like written in a story style, you know, kind of a book, almost like a novel. And within these pages, all right, within the story, within the, you know, the texts, right, the essays, you will find a whole bunch of mentalism presentations, you know, routines that you can use and perform, and even to inspire your own work as well. So what's really interesting about this project, all right, this book, is that, well, there are a lot of hidden things. Okay, it's almost like a game of sorts, you know, like you know, one of those, you know, choose your own adventure kind of games. You know, you have to read, and then when you get to certain parts, you kind of unlock various aspects of the teaching. So along the way, you will find links, you know, to certain things, and in addition to the book, there is also a Discord community, okay, which I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a while. So as I mentioned, this is written in a kind of novel, kind of a style, you know, it's about stories about Francis's life, basically, you know, and he gives you some essays as well, his opinions and his philosophies about performing, you know, magic and mentalism, a bit of his history as well. And you know, interspersed amongst the pages, you will find some routines that he wishes to share with you guys. So first of all, this is a book that I really like. You know, I've really enjoyed going through it. I've read it about 1.5 times at this point in time. It's a book that I think I will come back to every now and then, you know, in the future. And some of the routines, well, they fall into the category of being an experience of some kind for the participant, okay, whoever you're performing for, right? It's not just the kind of think of a word and I'll tell you the word kind of a thing. There is a, well, because of how he chooses to deliver the information, to do the reveals and stuff, to get to that stage, he creates a really kind of, you know, emotional experience, I think, for the participant, okay? It's really hard to describe to you guys exactly what happens in some of the routines because I think that's what you're paying for, but I'll just briefly describe some of the effects, okay, that you can expect to learn from this book. So there is a routine where a participant, you know, writes down something on a billet, you know, an object of some kind that they can kind of focus on. Okay, so that's one billet, it's folded up. There's another billet involved, and well, the spectator is somehow able to discover which is his billet. Okay, and then from there, you, the performer, you are able to reveal the object as well. It's a really nice billet routine, you know, a really nice presentation as well, and one that focuses on the experience of the participant, you know, which I really like. There is another interesting routine where the participant is kind of brought back in time, you know, and then for some reason they are unable to read. Okay, so this is an effect where you take away a participant's ability to read. There is also a coin bending routine. Okay, now the lead up to the actual coin bend itself, well, the method for the coin bend isn't new. You know, it's not something that's like it's never done before, right? It's not a new thing. However, I think the presentation is something that I really enjoyed reading, you know, and I haven't performed it, you know, obviously, but just picturing, you know, how the effect plays out, you know, what happens leading up to the coin bend and the actual moment of the bend itself makes for a really interesting way, you know, of delivering a coin bend routine in a participant's hand. This is a routine that I'm looking forward to try, you know, because I really love the visuals that are involved. There's also quite a strange routine where a whole bunch of words in foreign languages, are introduced, and a spectator just kind of looks at a word and kind of forms an image in their head, whatever the word seems to mean to them, and then from there you're able to kind of draw an image of whatever it is that they are focusing on. So yeah, there are other effects as well, ways to use the bounce, no bounce balls. Okay, I think I can say that. I'm really tempted to buy a set actually at this point. And what I found interesting as well is the section about pseudo hypnosis, okay, where Francis shares his approach, his philosophy towards doing these kinds of things. All right. So for example, I think if you perform any kind of hypnotic phenomena kind of effect, right? For example, the hand stuck on table kind of a thing. We've always got that fear, right, of going through our whole spiel, about the hand being stuck to the table, and then at a point when it's time for the participant to try and lift their hand, they just go like, okay, you failed, that kind of a thing. But Francis offers you a way of performing this kind of material without a fear, of this actually failing. It's a technique that can be applied to other things as well, anything that is, I think, suggestion-based, something heating up in a participant's hand, for example, the locked fingers, forgetting their own name, any of these things. I think you can apply his philosophy and his, his approach, right, to performing this kind of material without a fear of it going wrong. I view it as kind of like a safety net, a really safe way of going out there and trying out this kind of material. But yeah, there are other really thought-provoking, essays and stuff that are inside this book, and I really enjoyed going through it, right? So this book is actually just one part of the project, okay? Because the other part comes in the form of the Discord server that you'll be able to be a part of, okay, when you purchase this project. So on that Discord server itself, I've gone in to have a look around. There will be other things, okay, that you can unlock as you make your way through the book. Some of those include, other routines that are not described in the book. There are other PDFs as well that Francis will kind of release to you as you make your way through the whole project, okay? And because it's a Discord server, of course, it's a community, right? So, buyers of this book, we can get together, discuss ideas, and along the way, Francis also will be able to, disseminate, I suppose, further thoughts and ideas with, relating to this particular book. So all in, I think this is a great read. The book itself is really great. It's really inspiring. I might not perform the routines exactly as how Francis describes them, but these days, I think it's one thing to get a book, full of great routines that you can perform straight out of the book, right? I think I really enjoy getting value from books where they inspire me, to think in different ways, right? And think about how I can apply the thinking to my own work as well, and perhaps even create new material, right? I much rather have this kind of a book as opposed to, well, shall we say, some really hyped books, right? And then when you get the book, you pay the high price tag, and the book comes, and when you read through it, it's clear that, the material has never been performed. So yeah, all in, it's a great book. I really enjoyed the read. So there is a price tag on this, okay? This is going at £210. Okay, £210, which works out to be about 280, I think, US dollars, thereabouts. So it's a bit of a price tag, okay, but you're not, well, I guess you're not just paying for the book itself and the routines and ideas. You're also paying for being part of the community, I think. So there is a kind of promise to you, right? Because there have been times when you buy something and then it is said that, oh, there is a Facebook group and we can discuss things on the Facebook group and stuff. And then just after like a couple of months, the group just goes dead, right? So Francis has a personal promise to you, okay, that the community itself will be maintained for at least 3 years. Okay, at least 3 years. And also, if for some reason the Discord platform just falls flat, it's no longer available, the community itself will be moved to a different platform, okay, one that works at that point in time. And if this community is not maintained for at least 3 years, okay, Francis has a personal promise that you can get a full refund of the project. So I do think, you will be able to get 3 years of knowledge, learning and sharing by being part of this project. Alright, but that's all I have to say about the ATON project, okay, the book Chasing Meteors by Francis Girola. If you'd like to have a look at this book itself and also have a look at some of the contents that you will find in this book, please visit the link in the description box down below. But for now, I want to thank Francis for really kindly sending me a copy of this book so that I can have a look at it and be inspired by the material as well. That's all for today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it as well. And till the next episode, do take care of yourselves. Stay safe, have fun with your magic and your mentalism, and I'll see you on the next one.